So please give them your attention. Thank you.
Hi, everybody. My name is Beth Young, and I'm a student at LaGuardia Community College. And for those of you who weren't here, I'm studying to be an occupational therapist assistant. And I come from, as I stated before, I got my GED and then kind of wandered around New York City doing little jobs here and there. 7 years ago, I got breast cancer, and it changed my life completely. Then 2 years after that, I had my first hip replacement, and then in March, actually April, I just had my second hip replacement. And as I said before, I'm bionic. I got more parts than I know what to do with. And part of this is what really compelled me.
They want you to go to school.
They want to help you.
Can I just say something? Yeah. I just want to say for the 2 years that I've been here is where I guess I am at the moment. We've been doing wonderful trips to LaGuardia. So perhaps, maybe, who knows, in the realm of whatever, maybe we'll be able to take another trip to LaGuardia Community College. I just wanted to mention that I always visit Professor Greenberg and Suzanne Rosenberg as well. She's also nursing. So I just want to talk about that later on, but I wanted to mention if anybody at the end of this is interested in a trip visiting health professions, we can do that. Okay.
Okay, let's talk about my background. I came from Brazil 10 years ago. So I didn't speak any English. So I found a job as a babysitter with the Portuguese. The family talks Portuguese, so I didn't really need to talk English at that point. So, but then I said to me, no, I want to communicate with other people. I want to go to the store and ask for things without problem. Big problems. And then I went to LaGuardia Community College and I started taking English classes. So, but then I married and then I had kids. So everything delayed my college, but I never gave up. I said I want to do something in my life, and doing the English, you get to know people, and then I got to know people who was doing occupational therapist assistant, and they start talking about how wonderful the teachers and how good is the whole group doing it. So I just like, I think that's what I want to do it. I want to be part of a group, and I want to help others to.
My name is Colin, and I actually started out as a recreation therapist, and so I have my bachelor's degree already. But a few years ago, I was actually unemployed and was in a program that was called Work Experience Program. And one point broke my ankle and had to have surgery. And after the surgery, I was on crutches. And yeah.
You gotta speak a little louder, Colin.
Okay. I was learning how to use my crutches from an occupational therapist.
My name's Aurelia. I'm 22. I started LaGuardia about a year ago. I got kicked out of high school when I was 16.
Can you relate to that, anybody?
I went to Thomas Edison. And they kicked me. They just kicked me out when I was 16. I wandered for a year. I started doing volunteer work when I turned 17, and someone said, with the homeless. And someone said, go get your GED. And I was like, why? There's no point. I went and took it anyways. Didn't feel the need to go to college, thought I would make it without it. So through my GED program, I did a daycare program. And I started working in daycare and I moved my way up to a kindergarten teacher. And I started working with special ed kids. And it was really difficult for me to relate to them because I was so young. I was 18 working with special ed, and it was very difficult for me to understand what was going on at that time. Worked 19, 20, I got tired of working.
Very important. All right, so let's see if this young man here.
He cannot move his arm. He tries to go around.
Yeah, so sure you have to pretend that's
I'm gonna hold.
Think of him as a client.
Try to do it.
And I'm supposed to be on his right side.
See, he cannot do it.
See?
the way you would work with the patient.
But because
Hands-on working with the patient.
Because maybe he has something in his heart, he cannot, arms he cannot move, or maybe he has some cognition problem, means he cannot sequence one thing behind another one. He cannot do this because everything you do the first step, and then the second step, and then the third step. So maybe he cannot do that. So you're gonna teach them doing this because you have to break down the activity one step at each time. So then he's gonna learn
his hands. He had like a 10% chance of making it. And he ended up coming to live with us for a while. He had his 2 legs in a cast, his entire body cast, one of his arms, and he's a guitar player. They told him he would never play the guitar again, but he didn't give up, and he did go to an occupational therapist. And even though he's got numbness in his hands, he's back to playing professional guitar. And he's walking, he's got all kinds of, nuts and bolts in him. But because of the occupation,